Welcome back to another spill drop tutorial video. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to build a 2x2 using two of my favorite supercube designs. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. It's just a shell for the time being, but we're going to go ahead and build it out from the inside here. Now for the first step, we want to get this wall placed. You want the hard side wall facing away from the tool cupboard to make it a little harder to raid into that tool cupboard room. And then we're going to go ahead and get a door frame down for the TC room. Next, we want to put a shelf in here for the storage room, and then a triangle for the TC room as well. Let's go ahead and get a tool cupboard here. You want to squeeze it into this corner here, just like so. Beautiful. Now go ahead and check around the sides to make sure everything's placed right, but as long as you've got this shelf in, it should lock that tool cupboard into a really good spot for you. Now go ahead and get this wall and these shelves up to stone. Leave this half wall here, and then we're going to go ahead and get our placements in this loot room. It's important to make your placements with the hard side of your walls facing the placement. With this stone wall, the original default texture, you've got the thinnest profile for placements of any of the other walls. They're all a little bit thicker than that hard side stone wall. Even the soft side stone wall is a little bit thicker than the hard side, as you can see here, which is why I like to use that hard side facing the placements that I'm making. That's pretty good. Let's see, can we place this wall frame down? Yes. Better to put these barrels in before you put the wall frame in, because otherwise that placement gets really tough. Now, so that we still have the ability to reach all the way back, we're going to want to put a barrel here and then a campfire. That way you can climb back there. Campfires are just like really awesome deployables just to give you better reach in your base. I'll show you what I mean. Without the campfire, you can't really see too far past the barrel in front of you to the one behind it. It's just like really tricky. But with the campfire, you get up over the top of this barrel and you can actually reach all the way back to those ones. So that's just something to keep in mind. It is kind of a not very well known trick. It works really well in these pretty limited cases. All right, let's get the rest of these down. All right, let's see. Looks pretty good. Nice. Okay, that's looking good. It's okay to take time getting these placements right, because you don't want to have to keep coming back here to do this over and over again. So getting it right the first time means you don't have to fuss with it as much moving forward. Beauty. All right, so same kind of way. You come up here, it allows you to push up, see over the top of this barrel back here. And what you're looking at right there is 10 barrels in a 1x1. So that's 10 large boxes worth of storage in a single 1x1. Now, that side's all done. Let's go ahead and flip this wall while we still have it. We'll just leave that as is for now. So that frame still works, which is huge. Let's go ahead and get these placements down. Barrel facing away again. You want to get it as close to the wall as possible for this. There. That should do it. Okay. And then... Yep, so that squeezes right in there really nicely. Okay. Now the reason we want this wall to be the hard side facing in right now is so that we can place these adapters. So there's just not a ton of space between them and the tool cupboard. You can fully automate your base and have so much more storage here. Now I'd just go ahead and get that flipped over and upgraded. Beautiful. Let's get these on the tool cupboard as well, just so we don't forget. Now I don't know if you can get another barrel in here with the adapters on those, unless you do it like sideways like this, which could be helpful if you want. Personally, I like to get ones up here placed first, and then the rest of the placements can be kind of as you need or as you choose. But I like to do this guy up here. That should be about as far as it can go. And then you're not going to be able to... Ooh, you actually are. You can do adapters on this one too. Awesome. So, you know, just keep that in mind. It is a little tougher to reach that box down there if you've done it this way. So you may want to be cautious about what you place down here moving from this point forward. But typically the way that I access this crate down below is by just like reaching past this crate. So you might want to remove maybe the bottom one of these just to give you a little bit more direct access. Let's see if that works actually. This is how I check my reach to see if you can actually reach down into these areas. So I'm up here. Yep, Nice. Okay, so you can reach it from down there. Might be wise to just leave the one adapter on this crate instead of the two, or on this barrel rather. This one you should be able to place from head on typically, which might give it a little bit more wiggle room. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so that's 5 large boxes worth of storage in the TC room, which is already more than you can get with most standard tool cupboard designs. You can put a box up here for that extra storage there. You can also do like a barbecue grill right in front of TC. It kind of fits in. It's like an awkward deployable to fit in your base sometimes, but you're never gonna not need food, so you might as well have a way to cook it just when you need it. Got a little extra space here for another box or something, but you really don't have to get too much more fussy than that. This is a very solid tool cupboard cube. Navigation is amazing in here. So you go to put down your frame and it's not placing. It's probably because of that front barrel that you've got there. You may need to fuss with it a little bit more. Sometimes pulling it a little bit further away from the wall will help. Like if I do something like that. Yeah, so it'll come out a little bit further. Try to be cognizant about how far it's coming out because that can throw off the movement in this tool cupboard room by quite a lot. Even if you just bump it forward a little bit, you should have what you need. But yeah, so that's how you do that guy right there. I would slap a couple of garage doors on these. Let's get a sleeping bag back down here. You can push it all the way up against here and just, have a nice little spot. This is a very straightforward way to store things. Well contained, as you can see. The only thing sticking through is the handle on this that you can't even really identify, and the bottom half of the sleeping bag. And same with this cube. The placements get even tighter than this one, obviously, as you saw down here. It was barely even peeking out. You just have to kind of practice at it. 10 large boxes worth of storage, and a tool cupboard cube here with 5 large boxes worth of storage, 2 small boxes, a grill, and full automated access to all of these barrels. Like, this is truly a very efficient use of space. A very cozy and easy to navigate layout. But getting to the TC, getting to your gun boxes will not be any easier than with this design. And look at how much storage you truly have in here. It's insane. So that is my 2 1x1 super cubes that needed their own kind of separate treatment. So you can kind of see full build out for how these get placed and what you might need to keep in mind. Go ahead and get this guy out there. All right. And then last but not least, I'm going to be looking at something up here. Let's get some mood lighting going.